Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan Leslie. You're checking out Hip Hop DE. Make sure to send me a text or shoot me a WhatsApp. My number's +1 915 600 6978. And make sure to tell me that you got my number from hiphop.de. Holla. Well, I would say that Less Is More is the perfected version of Less Is More. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't put it out unless I really felt strongly about it. And Black Mozart is the perfected version of, Black Mozart. So, and also when you actually think about rap and everything in my career, if you look at my first interviews, and like I'm talking about all the way my first interviews that I ever had, I always said that rap was how I got my message across in the strongest way. And so, I'm really interested now in giving an opportunity to other young people, people that want to be discovered, and also to give them an example that they should be creatively unrestricted. So what that means is do whatever you feel. Don't chase money. Don't chase ticket sales, don't chase album sales. Remember that all of us are going to be on this earth for a short amount of time, right? So make sure that you leave on this planet what's the most important thing for you to leave on this planet. And for me, that is the music that I'm making. So when I started almost 10 years ago, making records like Used to Be Just Right, I was a young kid running around New York City. I've had many heartbreaks up from that first Used to Be. She used to be your number one. She used to be your only lover, but now she's gone and you miss her. I mean, that was me crying out for help from all of the people who may still listen to my music today. But today I'm a different guy. You know what I mean? And so for me, music is always about the most powerful representation of what I'm feeling and what I'm going through today. And so when I say, long flights, we put the jets on it. Long nights with no rest on it. Music biz, we put the tech on it. That old model, we flex on it. That's because that's how I really feel. That's what I'm doing today. You know what I mean? If you want the R&B or less, you already got them. And those records exist forever, right? So if you got a special feeling from Addiction, if you got a special feeling from Gibberish, a special feeling from Used to Be with Fab, those records were made and recorded so that you could have them anytime you want. You could just go back and listen to them and relive those feelings again. To try to put me in a box is impossible, right? I said that on Diamond Girl. But to try to put me in a box, I think, is a disservice to me as an artist, and it's also a disservice to you as the fan, because any music that I make, which is not directly an inspiration of what I'm feeling and what I want to say, is going to be a diluted version of some nostalgia that you have from the past. The R&B album that I put up was an opportunity for anyone who actually loves R&B from Ryan Leslie to say, look, Ryan, we actually want to prove to you that there's enough of a demand for an R&B record that you should change the direction of what you're doing to actually go and do this R&B project. I already knew what the outcome was going to be, because what I know is that online, most people just talking. They just, they want to talk about nostalgia. They might want to hate on the new music, whatever they want to do. The bottom line is that the record that was supposed to be made, quote unquote, there weren't enough people. I think there was less than 300 people who said they wanted to make that R&B record. And what's even more amazing about it is that about half or 70% of those people had already pre-ordered the MZRT project. So shout out to all the people who actually supported that and who said, you know what, Ryan, whatever type of music you want to make, we're going to support it. And I love that. And I love for the first time that I actually can correlate those people. I actually know the people who actually pre-ordered MZRT and also contributed to that R&B album. And guess what? Me rapping doesn't mean that I don't like singing. Me rapping doesn't mean that I'm not going to be inspired to do something melodic on a track. I just appreciate the ability right now to be 100% free. That's what everybody wants as a human being. They want to be free in the world, right? And so anything that's restricting you, if I could, give you any counsel from my life experience, be very, very resistant to compromise and restriction. And I hope the people, if you got to look that up, it means be yourself. If you don't like certain people in your circle, don't have them in your circle. If you don't want to wake up and go to your job every day, learn how to do something that gives value to the world so that people will pay you for what you love to do, because that's going to make the world a better place anyway. And so I love making music. I love performing. I love the music that I'm making. I really believe it. It's from the heart. And so that's the music I'm always going to make. I'm always going to make music from the heart, whether that takes the form of rap or R&B or country or heavy metal, whatever it is. I'm always going to do it and do it at the highest level. The highest level at which I have the resources and relationships to create. The highest level. There's only one level for me, the highest. Yeah, the music or what's left or whatever remnants of that music are just tied to mental synapses, right? Memories and impulses, right? Which is what music really is. It's just tied there, I mean, that's an interesting question too, because I think there are reasons why people do what they do, and it's taken me a long time to actually dig back into producing from scratch, because when you have, albums and albums of material, hundreds and hundreds of musical compositions, and the time that you spend, you think to yourself, what was the reason for this happening? What was the overall reason for this happening, So, maybe that's the inspiration for opening my program to other young creators. Maybe that's the inspiration for building a group of people that really just support me through the ups and downs. Maybe there was an entirely other R&B album or two or three, and the emotional investment that was made to record those records for them to be lost, maybe that's just an investment which outweighs that which I could invest again. And so, I know there's much that has been said about that entire situation. And for me, the most important is that even until this day, the music, the life that was captured there was priceless. Even to this day, I would go and empty all my accounts everywhere in the world that I have a bank account. Every place I could go borrow money from, I get all my fans say, look, guys, can you guys help put up this money so I could get it back, right? But you also have to think about it, right? All the money in the world cannot bring back someone who passes away. All the money in the world cannot cure Steve Jobs from cancer. So for me to worry about that which I cannot control, I feel is a waste of my time and energy when I could actually be inspirational, light a fire under a new generation of creators. And so I believe that that is my crusade, that is my purpose in life. And I believe that a part of that purpose in life is to continue doing me at the highest level I could do me. And that's what I always continue to do as an example, as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and to the importance of creativity and art to mankind and to culture. There's quite a few standouts from the club. I will say right now, my guitar player, Gabe Lamberth, has definitely developed into quite an accomplished producer. Ill Mind is going to be on the record. Wonder Girl is going to be on the record. My homie No Genre is going to be on the record. He produced an insane recording called No Prisoners, which I've been performing. We haven't even recorded yet. I've been just going to clubs and going on stage and stadiums and just playing and watching the whole crowd erupt and go crazy. Kawhi, Danny Ives, BMR, and the list goes on because, like I said, I have a whole club of producers from around the world. David Sylvestre from France, man, you know, and so yeah, we got a lot of producers. Chef Bayer from Toronto, and I'm just excited to give an opportunity for their music to be heard by the world. If you listen to Black Mozart, you'll hear that there was one of my favorite records on that album. It's called Only the Lonely, and it featured a young lady by the name of Courtney Bennett, who I discovered from someone else's SoundCloud, and then reached out to her, and then flew, you know, actually invited her to come to the studio. Her management was excited enough to cover the expenses. She came to the studio, we recorded that song, and then when I did my concert in London, I brought her on stage, and she was able to sing that song in front of all of her family and friends and everyone. And up to that point, she really had only had kind of smaller opportunities to actually have her music exposed. And so I'm having a great time right now being, number one, setting a pathway to show how independent artists can work. So you have to remember, we're doing this interview. I feel so blessed that I'm even doing this interview. I'm independent, right? I don't have a record label. I don't have a manager. I'm working with a team of interns. I got my two young guys that's out here shooting with me, Dev and Brandon, that, you know, they're not trained videographers, but literally they had the persistence. They emailed me, said, Ryan, I really want to have a chance to do this. I discovered Brandon's work online. I said, yo, man, what are you doing? Let's give you an opportunity. And, you know, I believe when you take a chance and you make an investment in the future of creators and creativity, then that means that the contribution that you're making to art isn't selfish anymore. It's actually a contribution that goes across many different channels, and then your contribution can be even greater. And that's what I'm so excited about doing. And so I named off some of the producers, and from a video standpoint, I'm so excited for you to see what my team is going to put together with me. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're listening to this interview and you really feel like you have the talent and you have the desire and you have the passion and the work ethic to be part of this team and be part of everything I'm talking about, you can go to Twitter, you can go to Instagram, you can go to Facebook, and what you'll notice on every single one of those channels is my direct email and my direct number are right there for you. Direct email, direct number, +1 915 600 6978. If you're watching this on YouTube, rewind it, put the phone number in your contacts, put it in your WhatsApp contacts. It might take me a second to get back because as of right now, I'm about maybe 4,500 messages behind, but I actually do answer personally. And if you feel like you really want to be a part, then I would say be persistent, right? Because I get the messages that people send over and over and over again. If you're OD, I will block you. You know, if you're just like OD, like, oh, you know, and it's not about like real talent, you know, and real opportunity, you're going to get blocked, you know. And also the best way to show that you really want to be a part of this movement is to show your support for the movement. That might be a ticket. We got the concerts coming up. Come to the concert, come to the meet and greet. Let's talk. When you got questions about, you know, what you're hearing right now, we got meet and greet tickets. People always kind of get it confused too. They say, well, man, you're already rich. Why should we pay you? Because the people on my team and the people who are actually working around me, they got to eat too. You know what I mean? They got to eat too. And they are actually working to provide an opportunity for everyone else. So that little $12 or, you know, 10 euros or 40 euros or whatever it is, that's so that we can actually run a multi-million-dollar, multinational corporation that can support artists on so many different levels.